And thank you to the Bahrain Initiative for organizing this webinar. I'm glad to be here along with such a distinguished panel. So I'm very much privileged. Um, I think what I'm going to talk about basically has elements of what everybody else, Tanya, Ambassador Durrani, and Ambassador Haidari have already touched upon. But then I'm going to shift slightly, as you suggested, towards Afghanistan-Pakistan issue. Now, to start with, I think we all agreed that Pakistan is really emerging as an active uh, power in the region. And I think that role for Pakistan is going to be even more elevated in light of the emerging, uh, potentially multipolar world order and how that would enhance the roles of middle powers such as Pakistan, not only in regional affairs, but also beyond up to the global affairs. So that is something I am thinking, and that is something I got, I think, almost from every other speaker today in this webinar. Now, with regard to Afghanistan, the same thing. If Pakistan already is a middle power, is a regional actor, going to only be elevated at that position, at that level. I think it is critical that Pakistan takes really active steps to resolve this issue with Afghanistan and to have mutually respected and respectful relations with its neighbor Afghanistan. Now, at present, I see the way things are between the two countries and the wider region. I see Pakistan facing both challenges and really severe challenges, but also unprecedented opportunities with regard to Afghanistan, at least in three levels. At the Pakistani state level, challenges and opportunities. At the Afghan state levels, challenges and opportunities. And third, at the Afghan opposition's level, both challenges and opportunities. Now, at the Pakistani state level, I think it is high time that the overall lens, the strategic lens that Islamabad has looked at Afghanistan for decades, I think it is time that that lens really changes. That paradigm, if you will, has shifted in light of the changes, the emerging changes in the world, the emerging changes in the region, Pakistan's role, more active role in the regional and world affairs, but also, most importantly, in light of the fact that this particular strategic outlook towards Afghanistan for at least 5 to 6 decades hasn't really brought up good results for either of the country. I think it is time to change. And what do I mean by that change? The way to look at Afghanistan as either a client state or a state that has to continue to be under instability. That is the lens I'm thinking. I am saying that needs to really change, especially when it comes to the Pakistani military establishment, if you will. For decades, they have used, as Ambassador Haidari also mentioned, and in fact, it's been also, stated by, most recently by Pakistani statement, including the defense minister himself. For decades, Islamabad has utilized proxy groups, mostly Afghans, to destabilize Afghanistan. Going back to the king's time, to King Zahir Shah time, to the first Afghan republic under Daud Khan time, coming back to the 14 years of the communist rule in the country, and then coming to the 20 years of the republic. That lens has been steady, has been consistent, but it continues to bear negative results, really, for Pakistan and, of course, for Afghanistan. The latest example is the current rulers of Afghanistan who were in Pakistan for 20 years, who were enabled there, who were, you know, and then they came to power, and we see the situation right now. So I believe that it is time that that strategic lens shifts. It changes into a lens uh, would that would promote coexistence, that would promote peaceful neighborly relations with Afghanistan. And I think if that shift would come from Islamabad, the same shift would come from Kabul's side as well. I mean, we also have to agree that Afghans have also not been looking to Pakistan through a very nice and neighborly lens, going back to 1948 with the only negative vote at the United Nations against Pakistan's admission into the United Nations system. Consistently, Afghan regimes have also looked negatively toward Pakistan and have tried to, do whatever they could to show that animosity, if you will. But I think it is time that both countries shift, but that shift really would have to start from Pakistan because Pakistan holds the upper hand and Pakistan is the stronger power, it's the larger power, and it's the emerging, really regional actor. But it also has challenges. I mean, it is not easy to bring in strategic changes into a lens into an outlook that has been there for decades. I'm pretty sure there are multiple stakeholders within the Pakistani state, particularly in the military, who probably would oppose that shift. But at the same time, given that it has not really borne positive results, the opportunity is there to change.